have you ever had Neopets? I didn't just have Neopets, I lived Neopets. That was like my shit. I've played so much Neopets. So much. My mom actually introduced me to Neopets because she played before I did. And she's the reason I like Aishas so much, because she liked them. And so I begged her to let me have a Neopets account. Didn't you get targeted by Neopets predators? There are no predators on Neopets. Well, that's not true. But, no. I've definitely been targeted by online predators before. But, that was because... not because of Neopets, but rather because of, like, the ads I would see on the side of Neopets. Now, this may be a deep cut for some of you. And a lot of you will have no idea what I'm talking about. But there used to be this site. It was called xat.com. XAT.com. And on every site imaginable, Neopets, like anything, you would see ads for it, and it was like live chat rooms. They were like real live chat rooms that they were displaying on the sides of other websites. And as a kid who was very, very lonely, this is quite appealing.
Oh no.
Oh my god, it's so appealing. And so obviously, you know, I click on it. I make a little account on xat.com. ASL, 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 ASL. Yeah, classic Omegle user MariMari_en. That is so true. Everybody on Omegle, they must have loved me.
Bruh.
They must have loved me. I was exactly the kind of kind of people they were trying to lure onto that site. They must have loved my ass. ASL, and I'm here like responding like genuinely like like a dumbass. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to make friends with this other teenage girl. I don't know. I think they might have been lying. I think they might have been lying. But I was on xat.com. I've told this story before when I was only streaming on Twitch. But my very first xat.com experience, like online chat room experience, was very like thrilling. Because there were a lot of chat rooms on this site that were for like role-playing. And obviously as a kid who loved to play pretend, I was all over it. I was like, finally, I can use this character I conjured up in my brain. And so I had this really cool character, and she was a cross between Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew and like a character from Ranma 1/2. And so whenever she got wet with water, she would turn into like a Godzilla-like creature. And I thought it was so cool. I thought it was so cool. I'm like, this is the most badass thing ever. I don't remember exactly what I named her, but like, it was just, she just looked like Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew, and she turned into Godzilla, basically. And I was in these chat rooms, like, role-playing. So freaking excited. One of my very first reactions, and I still remember his name to this day. This was probably where everything went downhill for me. There was this guy, and his name was Double Sweet. I still remember it. I was literally a child, and I still remember his name. Double Sweet. And he was in this chat, going to everybody and saying, asterisk, shoves anal beads up your butt, asterisk. Everyone And I was like in the chat, like in parentheses, what is that?
Bruh.
What is that? What is anal beads? What is that? And that's when I learned what anal beads were. Yeah. If you guys don't know what it is, it's like... it's like a dildo, but for up your butt. And it's shaped... they're like shaped in ball shape. We know. Okay, I'm so... I don't know. I feel like... I don't know. Maybe you guys don't know. I feel like if I never had that experience, I wouldn't know what that is. So I'm just trying to be considerate to you guys. That's what that was. And that was like the first... that was like where everything went downhill for me, I think. I was like, oh, cause like it was easy to get away from that, but then like... yeah, being a kid on the internet is so scary. It is so risky, and genuinely, I think about it a lot, like going back in time in my brain and thinking about all of these like strange actors on the internet. And I think kids in the Lord's year of 2025 don't have a choice but to encounter this anymore. They're using the internet for work. I mean, for like their schoolwork and for like socialization with their friends. And if they don't, then they're ostracized for it. And parents probably aren't protecting them as much as they can. Or as much as they should. So like... yeah. That scares me. Because back then, there were a few spaces for kids. It just so happened that I was a little shithead and I decided that I was above that and I would go other places. Even though my mom warned me against it. I was like, I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna go on other sites.